Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you the Dragon Ball Super Episode 5 English dub review. And of course, I guess the first thing to start off with is the improved animation. Did the animation make a difference at all? Um, I'd say in my eyes, yes. For the most part, it did. The thing about it is that when I first when I first watched the broadcast version of the of episode 5 for Dragon Ball Super, I had a moment where I was like where I had a seeing is believing moment, but even then I still couldn't believe what exactly I was seeing. That was Toei Animation. What were they giving us? But with this one, while there were still chinks in the armor, so to speak, for the most part it was a lot better. Like um the thing Toei definitely did we need to understand is that they made it at the very least a little more a serviceable product at that point. Like with the changes, that made it a bit more of a serviceable product for us. And like if I really had to nit if I was bringing up a nitpick, honestly, because honestly, like I said, this is just a freaking nitpick. Honestly, is there were a couple frames of movement in the episode that weren't changed, specifically this one and this one. I really wish that, like, again, it's a nitpick, but I really wish there was just a touch more detail added to those scenes. I'm not saying complete. I'm not saying I'm sure it would be hard to completely fix something like that, but I would have just added like a touch more detail onto those scenes. But other than that, like, the animation was definitely an improvement. Honestly, like I had a hard time finding exactly a lot of anything to really complain about. Like, it was just a lot better than what I saw on the broadcast to me. Like, the broadcast kind of set the standard pretty low to begin with, so there wasn't really anything to really for them to really prove themselves on there, I guess. But yeah, let's move away from that for now, because I'm done fangasming a bit over the animation, and let's talk a bit about the dub itself. For the most part, it's actually, the dub is really good. Like, of course, the one thing I like is how Sean Chilton and Jason Douglas really work off each other, because especially Jason Douglas is Beerus, because one thing I've noticed about Beerus's performance in Super over the two movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, is that in the movies, I could be wrong, but Beerus did seem a lot more comical, whereas in the anime, I think they're portraying him as a bit like, he still has his comedy moments, but I think they're portraying him with a bit more of a menacing tone and feel to him. And Jason Douglas really does really manages to bring that whole feeling out of the character, honestly. And of course, Sean Schemmel as Goku. Like, honestly, I've always loved Sean as Goku, so there's not really much more to say there. If anything, I think he's gotten a little better as Goku over the years. Like, I think that's just something that kind of stays with the guy. Like, no, like, oh, like, the more he does it, like, the better he gets. Honestly, that's just my whole thought on it. But yeah, and then of course we have Weiss then of course we have Ian Sinclair as Weiss. I have had no pro. I have since Weiss was introduced, I have had no problems with Ian Sinclair playing that character at all. Like, he's just perfectly casted and perfectly funny in many respects. It'll be interesting to see how Ian Sinclair does the more serious stuff with Weiss, but I'm sure it'll be great either way, honestly. And then of course we have then we also have Sean Schemmel also playing King Kai in this. Like, there was a like, honestly, like, people kind of are a little bit back and forth. I think always about King. I think ever since we started watching the sub, I think people have been a little back and forth lately about Sean Schimmel's performance as King Kai. But honestly, I still prefer Sean Schimmel's performance for King Kai. Honestly, that's just my personal opinion. And of course, he has a lot of course, Sean still has a lot of funny lines to deliver as King Kai. Like like uh Like, for instance, he says, like, for instance, two lines specifically I really like is, were you raised in a hut, and and have you hit your head, dum dum, or something like that? But yeah, like it's like Dragon Ball's breaking its own fourth wall in a way. Those were just some really funny lines. Um, Now onto the changes to the script. To me, the changes to the script weren't completely all bad. Like I did watch a little bit. Like when I was watching them kind of back and back. There wasn't a whole lot of noticeable changes. At least not any that really stuck out to me. But for honestly, what was changed, it was decent enough. It was decent enough to be honest with you. Um, one thing particularly I really did like is how they specifically addressed as how Beer specifically addressed Kinkai as North Kai. Now, this is kind of an upsy downsy situation because on one hand I really like how I really like how they are kind of specifying how Funimation is specifying him as North Kai. Yet at the same time, if we're going by depending on which Dragon Ball logic we're going by, whether it's the original series, whether it's Kai or the original series, it would make a little bit less sense in Kai considering we haven't really been introduced to the other Kais we weren't introduced to the other Kais in Dragon Ball Kai because the Otherworld tournament was basically just not a non-canon. But yeah, it is a nifty situation. But for the like again the changes they did make to the script are still very welcome. But yeah, guys. So that's basically my review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 5 English dub. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and comment on and tell me what you guys thought of the dub of Episode 5. Uh, this is Dead Knight of Anime signing off. See you guys.